Welcome to your A to Z guide to the 2021 Italian Grand Prix. The final round of an intense triple header comes in the form of a sprint weekend around the historic Monza Circuit. For the second time in 2021, sprint qualifying will take place at a race weekend after a successful debut in Silverstone. We've got all your important information on the session start times, weekend format, and all the usual elements of the A to Z guide. It's been a very busy week in the F1 world, so before we break all the news down, let's get into the track facts for the Monza Circuit. Monza is one of the oldest tracks on the F1 calendar after making its debut way back in 1950. Since then, 70 Formula One Grand Prix have been held in Monza, and the track has become known as the Temple of Speed. The 5.7-kilometer circuit features only 11 corners, 7 that go to the right and 4 that go to the left. Monza has the lowest downforce level at the year, requiring a special rear wing for the event. That is because top speed is so crucial around this track, with drivers taking their lap time at full throttle 78% of the time. The pole sitter for the sprint qualifying on Saturday and the race on Sunday will start on the left-hand side of the grid, with the distance to the first braking zone being 458 meters. The toe is incredibly powerful in Monza and often impacts strategy in qualifying. In 2020, for example, the difference between a lap with a toe and without a toe was around 0.7 of a second. It's also important to remember that Monza is one of the most power-sensitive tracks on the calendar, not just because of the long straights, but also because of the low-speed acceleration zones leading onto those straights. Good mechanical grip and top speed will be the keys to conquering Monza's many challenges. "38 different drivers have won an Italian Grand Prix at Monza, with 93 different drivers featuring on the podium. The home team Ferrari have scored the most wins at Monza, with 19 and 27% of the victories overall. Their rivals over at McLaren are second best with 10 wins overall, and then come Mercedes, who have had some decent success as of late in Italy. Out of the current drivers on the grid, 5 have previously won around Monza, with Lewis Hamilton being the most successful with 5 wins. Sebastian Vettel scored 3 wins in his career at Monza, with his very first Grand Prix win occurring here back in 2008. Another first-time Grand Prix winner came here last season in what was a memorable victory for AlphaTauri's Pierre Gasly. In terms of starting grid positions, the most wins have come from pole position at 34%. Interestingly enough, more drivers have won starting from outside of the top 3 than they have from starting on second on the grid. There is a low chance of seeing the safety car on Sunday, with only a 10% safety car probability around Monza. As mentioned earlier, this weekend is the second trial run of the sprint qualifying format. Here's the schedule breakdown for this weekend, and a reminder as to how the new format works. Friday will see only one practice session in the morning, followed by qualifying in the afternoon for Saturday's sprint race. That qualifying session is a regular Q1, Q2, and Q3 session. Saturday will feature FP2 at noon local time, with the sprint qualifying session going ahead at 4:30 p.m. local time. The result of Saturday's sprint race will then determine the grid for the 53-lap Italian Grand Prix on Sunday. There's a lot to catch up on in the F1 world this week, so let's start the weekend notes by looking at the weather forecast for Monza. The race weekend is so far looking beautiful and sunny, with some higher temperatures expected for this time of year. We've got a high of 29 degrees all throughout Friday to Sunday, so the fans in attendance will have some great weather on hand. Now moving on to the tire allocation, Pirelli bring the middle range of compounds to their home Grand Prix with the C2, C3, and C4 tires. With the sprint format, drivers on Friday can only use the soft tire for qualifying, while on Saturday, they'll have a free choice of tires for the sprint race. tire stress at Monza is actually quite high, as the emphasis is on mechanical grip instead of aerodynamic grip, and it is also a circuit in which we tend to see more lockups because of the cooling of the tires on the long straights. The last few days have seen an incredibly busy 2022 driver market, so here are all those updates and the rest of your weekend notes for the Italian Grand Prix. So that will wrap it up this week for your A to Z guide to the Italian Grand Prix. Now, if you'd like to see more from us for this weekend's race, join us this Friday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time, as we'll be going live on our channel for Italian GP qualifying. Join us for some fun commentary and live fan interaction as we bring you live timing and instant social media reaction from Monza. Thanks for watching today's video, we appreciate your company, and we hope to see you all for the stream this Friday.